Session of January 8th, 2019. And roll call, please.
Director Michael Schaefer.
Here.
Director Arthur Perry.
Here.
Secretary Arlene Schaefer.
Here.
Vice President Robert Eaton.
Here.
President James Clearman.
Present. At this time, we would entertain any comments from the peanut gallery. Seeing none.
No offense, Par.
Yeah. Nothing personal. So, public comments. Let's see, code enforcement. Ed, you're up.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. President. Ed Roberts will be giving this report.
Sean. Oh, I got Sean too.
Did you?
Good morning, President Ferryman, members of the Sanitary District Board. Ed Roberts, your District Code Enforcement Officer. I'll be presenting the December 2018 Code Enforcement Officer report with a recap of my activity. For the month of December, conducted a series of 6 scavenging investigations. As usual, for the benefit of the board, I've compiled map locations and a brief summary of the encounter for you. If any of you have any questions regarding any of the specific encounters, I'd be glad to answer anything for you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ed, I see you went at Pepper Tree again. Was it any of the same people that you've talked to before?
No, sir. Just for your reference, on Pepper Tree Lane, there's quite a large transient population that has taken up domicile there. I would say there's anywhere between 15 to 30 people that inhabit that area. It's just a rotational basis. They're coming in and out of the area. This man I've never seen before. Actually, there's quite a few contacts that don't make it onto the report because they're not. I don't catch up to them. They kind of take off into the dealership area or through the commercial complex or into the apartment complex, and I choose not to engage or follow them.
Okay. I always ask that question.
Yes, sir.
Ed,
Yes, sir.
I noticed this morning on the alley behind Pepper Tree, there was a group effort this morning. There were 2 guys going through the cans. One guy with a bike with a big old trailer on the back of his, or not a trailer, but a attachment to the back, a big wired enclosure. So I've never seen those 2 guys before. I don't know if you had seen them.
The only one that comes to mind with a bike and a trailer is a taller gentleman with a lanky build with a cowboy hat.
Yeah, I've seen him.
Yes, sir. He's kind of inhabited there in the area. I believe there's just for the benefit of the board too. There's a few residents of those apartment complexes there that are relatively friendly to the indigent population there. So you'll see that the folks kind of set up and operate out of some of the garage areas that are there. That strip of apartment complexes does not have carports or portières. They have
Garages.
Yeah, legitimate garages. So you do see a lot of folks, doors popped open, and they're pretty much operating out of those garages.
Just to let you know that these 2 guys have a team effort going on.
Yes, sir. If you'll notice over the course of the last few months, probably the last year, 2018, I've kind of shifted a focus from the west end to Pepper Tree Lane. It just seems that the west side it's diminished as far as the number of transient folks that are scavenging, and for whatever reason, Pepper Tree seems to be a hot spot, probably because it's shielded from public view. It's very relatively removed from Harbor Boulevard and from Royal Palm, and folks can kind of come and go as they please without really being seen or under scrutiny.
Do you ever look at, like, we have some big condominium complexes that have individual cans. What's the one on Fairview? The big condo complex on Fairview?
You mean by where John Woody lived?
Yeah, where Woody lived.
I'm familiar with the complex, sir. Yeah, it abuts up to Mesa Verde
It's
complex.
right behind the police station.
Yes, sir.
Right behind the police station.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you ever
Monticello?
Monticello?
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you ever go through the complexes that we?
No, sir. My understanding is Monticello has its HOA and its CC&Rs. I believe they are autonomous. They kind of police themselves with the HOA. I certainly, the area surrounding it, behind, for example, Vanguard and all that, everything that's out on city streets. But once you cross into the confines of the complex,
Their HOA.
it's kind of out of our purview. Are there any further questions regarding the scavenging? And members of the board, for the December 2018, for trash container enforcement, I opened a total of 90 cases through the area. December, in lieu of the holiday season, December, early January, try to focus more on the scavenging and the quality of life issues, such as the trash cans being left out. So there were 90, no incidents of significance. A few complaints in reference to, Christmas trees being left out in the public view, et cetera, but those were resolved pretty quickly. So nothing of note to report, and no instances of graffiti that come to my mind.
I have a question about the Christmas trees, Scott. Do they pick them up the same day the trash is there, or a different day? The same day?
Same day.
They do, but a different truck.
I know, because there's a couple in my complex that weren't picked up, and the trash was picked up, so they may have just missed us.
Might have put it out after trash.
Could be. I'll check.
Inherently, sir, regarding the trash, the Christmas trees, you'll find folks February 1 finally pulling them out of their house and putting them out on the curbside. So most of the time, I don't think it happens to be a sanitary district issue. It could be mostly folks taking them out at a later hour or beyond the allotted time for pickup.
I got one more question for Scott. When is the last time that they pick up the Christmas trees? Is there?
Next
Pardon me?
week.
Next Friday, the 18th,
Okay.
will be the last day.
Okay, sounds good.
Is it generally a 2-week period, or?
It is generally about a 3-week period, but there was a,
So we did it after the King's holiday.
it was supposed to end this Friday, but then there was a typo on the banner, so we extended it to the 18th.
Okay, good.
What's interesting about the trees, if I could just tag on to what Art's saying, is I see so many trees sitting out there, Pars, you know that, where people don't take the thing off the bottom.
Yeah.
Do you just leave those? There's nothing you can do with those, right?
It makes it a lot easier if they detach it.
You still take them even if it's that, they put that bucket at the bottom and they have the wood slats.
Yeah.
You still pick them up?
I would imagine we would still pick that up.
Okay.
Do you think maybe next year we should, or this year I should say, that we should put something in our last newsletter about that?
I think we did, didn't we?
We do, and we still don't. Okay.
Yeah, I was amazed at how
Let the
many I
record
saw.
show.
President Ferryman, members of the board, are there any further questions regarding the board of directors?
Anybody have a question or comment?
Good job.
Thank you, Ed.
My pleasure, sir. Thank you very much. Have a great New Year.
Don't get a ticket in that new car.
Okay. Solid waste diversion report.
Thank you, Mr. President. This is just a receive and file report, and just one of our standard reports we present to you every month. So staff is here to answer any questions you may have.
Jim?
Any questions?
Not a question, maybe a comment. And I'm going to direct this to Pars if it's okay. Because this, in Nabila, this is for CR&R. Last week, my neighbor, guy across the street from me, had his cans out. And he had stuff on top, and he had obviously Christmas boxes or something sitting on the side of the cans. And I felt like going over and telling him, you need to put those inside because there's nothing they can do. When your driver got to the home, he emptied their bins. He got out of his truck and he put that stuff that was sitting on the side in a bin, and then he emptied it for the resident. And I thought,
Well, they do that.
That's really
They
cool.
do that in my complex too. They have it's tons of stuff on top. They dump it and then they come back and put the other
well,
stuff back.
I just think it's a compliment to your driver
Yeah.
and drivers that do that. They don't have to do that. They could leave that stuff sitting there.
Yeah.
But I thought that's just another little extra thing that they did that I would like to commend you guys for doing. So, thanks.
Yeah.
I go through my neighborhood and I take it over to OCC. Because that decreases the amount.
How much do you earn extra for that? Anyway, thanks.
About 4 volts.
Pass that on to your drivers.
I will, yeah, I'll relay it to the manager.
Any other questions?
Yeah.
Art?
Okay, our tonnage 62.04, does that include OCC this month?
Yes, OCC was included this month.
So, okay.
Okay, anybody else? Thank you. Organics tonnage report.
Thank you, Mr. President. Again, this is one of our standard reports we present to the board every month. It's just a receive and file, but staff is available to answer any questions.
Anyone have a question? Okay, let's move along. Receive an update from Secretary Schaefer on the 75th anniversary ad hoc committee.
Okay. It's going along very well. We have a meeting this month, too, and we feel that we need to, until things get going, to have a meeting every month. And we are selecting what we're going to have for giveaways. And also...
I don't know, did you guys see the logo that we came up with?
Did you see the logo? Okay.
Didn't we say we're going to bring this for approval of,
No,
we're going to bring it to the approval of the board? I thought. Is that correct?
It's going to go to the Citizens Committee so that they can make comments too. So because of that, we've delayed getting some accessory gifts that we want to give away.
Yeah, and then,
Until, and actually it was January 4th was the deadline for it. So we should be at our next meeting having some little trinkets or something there.
well,
And this, what Art is showing,
you guys see this?
is going to
Okay.
go on the different trucks too, trash trucks, which will be nice. And that will signify.
I think,
Mr. President, if we can, Director Perry, we have a response regarding the logo. I'll turn it over to Nabila.
Logo deadline was 4th of January, and we were unable to extend the deadline. We were hoping to be able to extend it to bring it to the board and the Citizens Advisory Committee for feedback, but unfortunately, we were unable to extend the deadline, so the logo was picked. This is the
Okay.
final one.
yeah. Yeah, that's what we said at the meeting. If we couldn't extend it, we would go with this one, and
Yeah.
just hopefully the board approves it.
Okay,
And
but that's good, it's into
Yeah.
the record that
Yeah.
way. Yes.
you guys, does the board have any comments? I thought there was about 60 or so submitted, weren't there?
Yes.
And this is the one we thought would be the best with,
It really is, because it says everything on there that should stand out, and it'll be good for the trucks, and it'll be good if we decide to do banners for the city,
Mhm.
certain areas, that, that will stand out too.
Well,
So-
is this going to go on our stationery?
I think so.
Yes, yes, it should.
Will that require
No.
major costs, or has the cost for that been budgeted? Or will it just be when we change?
Well, I think they've already probably ordered it, haven't you?
Yes, it was
And it's
ordered
just
yesterday.
enough for this 1 year only,
Correct.
and then we'll just go back to other after that.
Oh, okay.
The check's in the mail.
I mean, that was our game plan.
If you guys looked at, I think a banner like at Corporate Yard would be nice right on Fairview,
Yeah.
if we could hang on the wall, a nice banner
Good
or
suggestion.
something.
Yeah,
The other thing is,
good
can
suggestion.
we get magnets or something of this to put on the trucks, on all the trucks? The field trucks, you know what I
You
mean?
mean,
Oh, you mean in our trucks that,
Yeah.
from our yard and stuff?
Yeah,
to stick on the side of
Yeah.
the magnetic?
the magnetic, if that works.
We can
maybe
look
even a-
into it on the budget.
Well, in the past, we've had CR&R
Yeah.
have it repainted.
Well, I think they have a stick-on thing now. They don't repaint them. I think they don't, is that correct? You stick them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, you can make like a large magnet and just put it on
Yeah.
there.
But-
You change that quarterly.
And Nabila has already brought up having one of these, having a banner this time. So,
Oh, good.
yeah,
See?
so-
Now, Nabila, do you guys have a vendor that makes banners like for the yard?
We can definitely look into it.
You have, okay, because I have a good vendor in Costa Mesa if you need one. He does all of the stuff for me.
What we're doing, we're waiting for somebody to join us from the city
Right.
so that we can turn around and work with them and then look into this banner thing and get it more done in a better way then just, otherwise, if we have to go through everything, we might not get it in time, or, we have to, they should give us a report, and they should tell us the size, all the little,
Well, I was at a meeting with the new mayor, and she's trying to increase the size of the banners. I mean, I wasn't referring to us, but she's trying to increase, because for the Lions Club she was talking about, so I'm assuming that'll be for everybody that
Yeah.
wants to increase the size of the banners.
oh, good.
So but I don't think that this city would take down a banner that we would, that we would post at the yard. I don't think so. Is that what you're referring to, Mike? A banner for the yard?
Yeah, for the wall on Fair.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Or both walls, or whatever you guys want to do.
Well, it might not hurt to check with the city just to make sure.
That's good, yeah, I agree, Dan.
And we will be having somebody on from the city, and we also are having somebody else on, or at, the one that we chose.
that'd be
He
helpful.
hasn't been coming to anything, so either he's going to have to say he's not, Mike is going to handle that, Mike Carey. And they're gonna have a meeting this week, so they'll handle that, because we would need the two people, aside from Mike, who is part of us, and that'll help. The good part is we started early enough on this, so that we have time that we can, wrap things up, and we should be moving on everything else real soon. Do any of you have any suggestions for anything else that you might want us to put into, to see if it works for the budget? Or if we need more money?
Well, I think the last meeting we approved the budget, didn't we, Scott?
Yeah, so $15,000 this fiscal
year,
year,
yeah.
and then 10 for the next fiscal year.
Yeah, so we have that money, and then the staff is working on the expenditures, I believe, on different items.
Yeah.
So,
Well, just the concern was that we should have all directors, if anybody wants to say anything on, anything you think as
I'm-
a suggestion, or are you happy?
Sorry. When we had the black shirts made for us,
Yeah.
I'd like to see a shirt like that with this logo on it for all the directors.
Yeah, it'd be nice.
As we go to different events throughout the state,
Yeah,
get us a little recognition for that.
right. Very true.
We're gonna have to get some.
we don't want to take that out of our budget, though.
Have to get a lot of material.
Go to the tent guy up in San Diego.
He said you're gonna have to get a lot of material.
Well, for a couple of us anyway.
Yeah, I noticed that there's quite a few, Mike and I went to a ISDOC meeting this morning, and I noticed that there's quite a few people having their jackets now with their logo on it and their name or something. So, we can
Primarily
consider
a
that.
local water district that we work with.
Oh, really? Well, they got a lot of extra money, so.
Well, I'm not mentioning names, I'm just saying that,
I do.
we can consider that, so.
Well, if you have any ideas that hits you later, talk to Art or Arlene, and we'll get it incorporated.
Yeah, because the next meeting's this month.
Yes.
What's the date of that? It's on a Wednesday, I believe.
Off the top of my head.
Wednesday, like in 2 weeks.
No, I can tell you in a second. It's the 23rd of
I
January.
ask another question, if referring to what Mike is saying, remember what the costs were, those shirts that we had?
I don't remember off the top, no.
It shouldn't be just be for the board, it could be for the staff, too.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, Art, thank you. I mean, everything that we do for the staff, for everybody,
Yeah, I was just curious of the cost, so we could let Nabila know, so she could bring that as a budgetary item.
Well, maybe not a new shirt, but maybe a patch.
what do you do with the patch? It's easier to embroider it on a shirt than it is to sew a patch on.
I was talking about using the old shirt and putting the new patch on it. But if you can give Nabila that information, we could talk about it, Arlene, at the meeting.
And not necessarily black, maybe denim.
Well, black
No,
makes you look thin.
denim. We're not, you're the only one from Iowa, we don't even denim.
Should we vote on that?
Well, I think we take it back to the committee, find out the cost, and then bring it back, and then
Yeah.
go from there.
You could always do a gray,
I'd pay for a denim one.
that's nice too.
Okay, anything else on the committee?
No, that's it, thank you.
I'm sorry, you said that one of your members is Mr. Graham's not showing up for the meetings? Is
Yes.
We've had
Yes,
two
he's not.
meetings. We've had two, and he hasn't been there yet.
He hasn't
So-
gone to any.
it- Oh, okay.
So we asked Mike at the next meeting to say something to him if he's not going to be showing up and to get somebody else,
Okay.
because we thought that we should have somebody on.
But Mike does a great job representing that
Yeah.
agency.
He does, and he's our go-through, so that's good too. And it's good having staff there too.
Oh, you bet. We couldn't do it without the staff, trust me.
Okay, anything else for the good of the cause? If not, this meeting is adjourned.
You're kidding.
I wanted to ask.
No, we have oral communications.
I wanted to ask, the liaison committee is here,
Yes,
and it's,
8 AM on the 18th
What month?
this month.
Okay, did you contact the city?
Yes,
Okay.
they are
Okay, so the 18th of this month.
correct.
The liaison?
Yes.
I thought it was, oh, it was canceled.
It was canceled in December.
December was the city, so we're now gonna host it. in
We're now going to host it.
Okay, January 18th.
18th?
Oh, no.
It's coming up pretty fast then, huh?
Yes.
I'm glad we got a hold of him because she's really interested in inviting a couple other guests. I don't know if you did, I told you that, Scott,
Yeah,
didn't I?
yeah,
So which would be really good. And then while we were talking about that, this, you guys saw this,
It's good.
this came to print, picked up today, right, Gina? And we only ordered 20 of them. I thought we should have additional that we could pass out to the liaison.
Yeah, we will. We're planning on doing that, yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
We don't want to print a whole lot, so our thing was just for the liaison committee, and then we'll have it on our website for anyone else who wants to download it, but we'll have them printed for the liaison committee.
Well, what about the CAC? Maybe they should get a copy, maybe.
Well, they're all pretty socially, I just show them a copy and tell them, print it on their computer.
I don't know. This is nice to have if someone asks them
Maybe just give them
questions.
the front page.
Just whatever you guys want to do, but I thought that'd be something to consider.
Do we print them in-house?
No. What is the cost for the 20, Gina, do you remember?
Almost 100.
Oh, that's no big deal, I'd say.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? I'd get enough for the liaison committee and the CAC.
Charge
I would, but.
Charge
that's a-
charge the 75th anniversary committee.
No, we have to, no, we don't want to do that. Okay, there goes your damn shirt.
You might have a couple questions for staff.
I think I'll go black shirt.
Alan, we got an email from Alan Burns about some of the new legislative stuff that's coming up. And the question I had, and I really would like to get us involved in this, is the pharmaceutical drop-off, the new law regarding, I didn't understand his memo to the extent that, do we have to get rid of ours, or can we? And I think it's going to be a topic for discussion. I would like it to be a topic of discussion at a study session about how we're going to get that word out to the pharmacies or whoever. I think we should be a part of that as we reach out to the pharmacies.
If we went to the city, to the department that has all the licenses, we can get all the pharmacies, whoever's, gonna do it.
Okay. But if we could have that as an item on a future study session.
That's good.
And then the other comment I had is, if I start to tread on something I shouldn't, tell me. Now that we've had a decision on the finance manager, when are you going to start a recruitment process, or what do we do now?
The recruiting process is going to begin this week, so we'll post the job flyer and send it out to all the professional organizations on our website, social media, and we'll see what kind of candidates we get.
I mean, we need to get that resolved,
Yep.
and I think you know that, I'm sure.
Will we be sending something up to CSDA?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Then they publish that.
One more thing on the pharmaceuticals, is Orange County Sand District aware of what we're doing to collect pharmaceuticals? Because they have a huge, there's a huge need to keep pharmaceuticals out of the sewers.
That's true.
I
They've
don't-
been, and what I was thinking is they could involve all 25 agencies and get them in more communities if they're not already there, based on what we're doing.
Can you maybe have Jim bring that up or let them know,
Yeah.
you know, just,
We can talk to her, but.
Yeah.
just, you know, I think
Just
it'd
a
be wise.
question,
It's a
they
question.
must be on top of all lights.
I'm gonna see Jim at noon, so.
Okay.
Just tell them what we got and suggest.
You know, the thing that came from us was confidential. Can we share that with, like, Orange County Sand? When Alan sent it to us, it was confidential.
But
Probably-
it's public
I
legislation.
know, but I just,
so-
because he sent it to us as confidential.
Oh.
That's why I'm asking, to make sure that we're not,
Confidential?
Oh, no, if it's just, you're talking about the new laws?
yeah.
No, that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. He's just giving us a heads up with
Okay.
what the new laws are.
Maybe I'm thinking about the wrong confidential matter, might have been about
Yeah.
the finance. Minister. I think that's be wise.
Yeah, I'm looking at the email now, Art. It doesn't say anything about.
Yeah, I was thinking the wrong email, because we got the other one from the,
Yeah.
Okay, anything, anybody have a comment? or-
I just wanted to comment that on the liaison committee, I won't be there because I'm in Sacramento. So I don't have a choice. I do have a choice, but it's a board meeting for CSDA and I have to be at that.
Anything else?
Can't think of any.
If not, this meeting is adjourned. Thank you for your attendance.